I got into teaching mainly because I liked reading and writing. That's why I teach English. When I was growing up, as far back as third grade, my teacher would be talking or doing whatever, and I'd be sitting at my desk writing a story, or writing a poem, or writing a play, or writing a sports article like I was working for the newspaper or something. Nobody ever saw the stories. I just, I liked writing. In church, the preacher would be preaching, and I'd be on one of the back pews writing a story, or writing a speech, or writing something. And that carried me all the way through high school. I guess around 7th or 8th grade, right around there, I started discovering that stories had deeper meanings that were deeper than just what the story was about. And then I discovered that with books, you could make connections between what was saying, what the text said in one chapter and what the text said in another chapter. And then I thought, everybody should know this. And that's what made me want to teach, so that everybody can see what I see. What makes a classic is that when you get beneath the surface and you start to pull out the treasure, you see why this book is worthwhile. I started doing that in school as a student, and I started doing it really heavily in college. When I was in the military, in between high school and college, I basically read to myself and taught myself. I would sometimes sit in the stairway when I was supposed to be working. I would read books, laying the foundation for my future job, which is teaching high school during the day and teaching adults at night. You know, another way I kind of hid it, it's kind of an irony that I thought everybody should know what I know about reading. At the same time, I was hiding the fact that I was reading because I hung out with a group of guys who didn't really think school was cool when I was in high school. So I would take books and hide them behind my notebooks or hide them in my book bag. Anytime I brought up an idea that I'd gotten from reading, they would always shoot it down. So I ended up leaving those guys alone, branching out on my own. And I decided to put all of my knowledge about those things that I'd gathered from reading and experience into a book. And that's how my first book came about. So both books came about as a combination of my early reading. Later in life, I guess I accomplished my goal of writing a book. I always wanted to write a book. And that's something that started when I was probably in 6th grade. My grandmother got me my first typewriter.